Some celebrities take tremendous measures to preserve their appearance in Hollywood, where appearance is crucial, sometimes changing it to unrecognizable. After having plastic surgery to alter his appearance permanently, this actor, who once dominated the screen with his iconic roles, took an unexpected turn. Although fans questioned whether he would ever be the same, the backstory of this bold choice shows much more than just a different face. Why did he decide on this course, and who is this changed star? Come along as we explore the remarkable story of a famous person who stormed Hollywood and turned everything upside down. Wayne Newton, age 82. The 1960s saw the release of his debut album. Since then, Wayne Newton has gained notoriety for his Las Vegas performances, earning him titles like Mr. Las Vegas and the Midnight Idol. Even though he doesn't perform as often, songs like Dankeschön and Daddy Don't You Walk So Fast are still heard on the streets. Those who have known Newton since his prime can tell the difference even at 82. Fabiosa claims that he's been on a quest to get rid of his wrinkles. He may have a slightly different appearance, but it's still a superb performer. He participated in Stealing Chaplin in 2020. Caitlyn Jenner, age 74. We couldn't have omitted Caitlyn Jenner when discussing transformations because hers was among the most notable in popular culture. She had established herself as a reality TV personality and a decathlete. However, she took a significant risk in 2015, which has paid off. She even made her transition the subject of the I Am Kate documentary series after coming out as a trans woman. She now has over 10.7 million Instagram followers and is, quite rightly, one of the most well-known trans women in the world. Boy George, age 63. Boy George made his most unexpected comeback to The Voice as a coach in 2020. Naturally, the fans adored his first appearance on the show, as he'd shed over 65 pounds in 2019. The Daily Mail claims that he once weighed as much as 236 pounds. He switched to a much healthier diet than he was accustomed to, cutting out sugar and carbohydrates. The boy has never looked more attractive or self-assured, so it must have done its trick. Keysha Smith, age 61. Keysha Smith has put on a few pounds since giving birth to her two children in 1999 and 2001. The mother of two, however, has managed to look fabulous at any size. She married Pierce Brosnan in 2001, and the two have been together ever since. She eventually lost a large portion of the weight she had gained during her pregnancy. The website Style Craze claims that she's already shed about 100 pounds. We were all awed when she went on the Golden Globes with her husband and sons in 2020. Kelly Clarkson, age 42. Kelly Clarkson has been in the news for her musical abilities since she won American Idol in the 2000s. She's a singer, songwriter, and TV show host. This photo doesn't do her justice if we're being fair. During one of her two pregnancies, it must have been taken. Although she did gain a little weight, Twitter claims that she drastically altered her diet after reading The Plant Paradox, which helped her lose a significant portion of her baby weight. She's hosting the Kelly Clarkson Show today, and it appears she's getting more attractive with each show. Macaulay Culkin, 44 years old. Macaulay Culkin's roles in the first two Home Alone movies caused anxiety in many mothers. He was hailed as a big child star for his antics, and he landed bigger parts in Richie Rich, The Page Master, and My Girl. However, he took a hiatus from acting in 1994, and upon his return in the year 2000, a completely different Culkin appeared in the London stage production of Madame Melville. He formed a band called the Pizza Underground to support his appearance as a rock and roll musician rather than a child actor. He'll play the lead in American Horror Story's 10th season. Donatella Versace, age 69. In the fashion industry, Donatella Versace is regarded as a pioneer. Despite the transfer of ownership to Caprio Holdings, she continues to serve as the chief creation officer of Versace. She's 69, and her appearance may have changed significantly since she first assumed control of her brother's company. The Daily Mail claims this is just the result of an excessive number of Botox injections and lip and cheek fillers. On social media, she's still very active. She has more than 5.7 million followers on Instagram alone. John Travolta, age 70. One thing that stood out the most about John Travolta's early career, his long, glowing hair, was his appearance on Welcome Back, Kotter, Grease, and Saturday Night Fever. Even though he seems to have lost most of it today, it makes him more endearing. In his early 60s, he shaved it off, according to Men's Health. The fans embraced the change. Following the death of his wife, Kelly Preston, in 2020, he experienced a difficult period. Nicole Kidman, age 57. It's not necessarily bad that Nicole Kidman doesn't look like the young woman who starred in shows like 5 Mile Creek in the 1980s. She's shown the world that she can look good with almost any hairstyle. Furthermore, she appears to be doing well in the years that have passed. After all, she looks stunning and is now in her early 60s. Russell Crowe, age 60. Since his previous roles, Russell Crowe has put on a lot of weight. We're referring to his roles as Roger Ailes on The Loudest Voice, where he also wore a bodysuit, and Marshall Amons on Boy Erased in 2018. The man almost looks completely different with a beard, but he seems to enjoy his new appearance. Fans naturally wanted to know what made the gladiator wish to lose his six-pack, but after the release of the 2020 movie Unhinged, their questions were addressed. Carmen Electra, age 52. Interestingly, Carmen Electra appears to have aged nothing since she hosted her singled-out show in the late 1990s and played in Baywatch. She's changed a lot in style. Even after 20 years, she's still relevant. Carmen, currently 52 years old, was last seen on a 2021 episode of The Wendy Williams Show. According to the Daily Mail, she's never had facial surgery, which suggests that her skincare line, Go-Go Skincare, is doing a fantastic job. Courtney Love, age 60. In the 1990s, Courtney Love established herself in the industry as a member of the grunge band Hole due to her relationship with Nirvana's Kurt Cobain. However, since her husband's death, she sort of vanished, at least from the music industry, but she's now making a resurgence. Love is currently valued at $100 million. According to the Daily Mail, anti-aging procedures are nothing new to her. She's also acknowledged that she's previously changed her nose. In any case, more than 1 million of her Instagram followers are likely aware that she will always be stunning, regardless of the years that pass. Adele, age 36. Nobody knew what Adele was up to because she hadn't appeared in public since 2017, following the conclusion of her Adele Live 2016 tour. However, she broke her silence in 2020 and did so in the most incredible way possible, revealing that she'd lost 100 pounds. Her metamorphosis left admirers and detractors in awe when she hosted a Saturday Night Live episode in late 2020. In line with Hello magazine, she began doing weight training and Pilates, and it's evident that her fitness routine was effective. In 2020, she was working on a new album, but the pandemic caused it to be delayed. Jessica Simpson, age 44. Jessica Simpson appeared to have lost control over her weight, particularly after the birth of her third child in 2019. She was a star in any case, but that didn't stop her from wanting to change. At her heaviest, she weighed about 240 pounds, according to her Instagram account. Simpson was showing off a different body 6 months after giving birth. According to Women's Health magazine, she collaborated closely with her trainer to make the change. Her memoir, Open Book, was published in 2020 and is a New York Times bestseller. Mickey Rourke, age 72. We sometimes forget that Mickey Rourke was once a boxer because he's been an actor for so long. Even though he didn't quit the sport until 1994, he had already sustained numerous facial and body fractures. The Independent claims that this was the initial reason he underwent plastic surgery. Naturally, it's difficult to recall his former appearance when he played in films like Angel Heart, given his current appearance. He's always had a busy career, regardless of his current state. Tina Louise, age 90. More than 50 years have passed since the first Gilligan's Island episode aired in 1964. And Tina Louise is the only cast member still alive. She's 90 years old and was born in New York City in 1934. Naturally, she shows signs of aging, but she's aged gracefully. Louise amassed a fortune of approximately $6 million through her acting career. Having that much money probably allowed her to purchase some of the best skincare products available. Lisa Bonet, age 56. Some people don't remain the same without completely changing, which is absurd. Since landing her breakthrough role as Denise Huxtable on The Cosby Show, American actress Lisa Bonet has gained widespread media recognition and changed her look. She's still captivating, though, just as she was in the middle of the 1980s. Bonet remains one of Hollywood's most admired beauty icons, whether or not she sports an afro. Her most recent acting role was in Jelly Wolf in 2017, but she's proud of her daughter Zoe Kravitz's performance in more recent films like Kimmy and the Batman. Janice Dickinson, age 69. Everyone knows that Janice Dickinson has had surgery more than a few times. She has, after all, never concealed it and even appeared on Botched. She's 69 years old, and people who have known her since the 1980s might not recognize her. Of course, she'll always be gorgeous, regardless of what she decides to change. Despite receiving a devastating breast cancer diagnosis in 2016, she managed to defeat the potentially fatal illness. According to her IMDb page, she's working on a new show called the Janice Dickinson Modeling Agency. Val Kilmer, age 64. Val Kilmer has demonstrated his acting abilities for many characters since the mid-1980s. He's always performed with great skill and dignity, whether playing with The Doors or on Top Gun. But he began a protracted fight with throat cancer in 2015. Kilmer is now happy to be cancer-free after undergoing 2 tracheotomies and 2 years of chemotherapy. Despite significantly impairing his speech and eating abilities, he reprised his Iceman role for the Top Gun Maverick film. He even co-starred with his daughter on Pay Dirt in 2020. Melanie Griffith, age 67. Melanie Griffith began to take the initial steps towards becoming a globally recognized icon in the 1970s. She's more than achieved that today. She's 67 years old and was born in New York in 1957. She has, however, acknowledged that she has experienced some problems with cosmetic surgery in the past. She didn't even realize things were getting out of control until she saw how people reacted to her new appearance, according to USA Today. Griffith quickly changed doctors in an attempt to achieve a more natural appearance. Whatever the situation, she looked stunning as usual. Christina Aguilera, age 43. Since the 1999 release of her debut album, Christina Aguilera's life has undergone numerous changes. She reportedly had surgery, gained and then lost about 40 pounds, and had 2 children. She has consistently insisted on maintaining her diva appearance despite the physical abuse she's endured. 20 years have passed since the release of her debut album, and she recently turned 40. She resided at The Experience in Las Vegas from 2019 to 2020. She even appeared in the documentary series Demi Lovato, Dancing with the Devil in 2021. Since 2010, she's been dating Matthew Rutler, with whom she is currently engaged. Bridget BAU, age 90. In the 1950s and 1960s, Bridget BAU, a European, shocked the world by appearing in French films such as And Woman Was Created, La Vérité, and Warrior's Rest. She's virtually never been forgotten, despite her decision to cease performing in the 1970s. Unlike many other A-list celebrities and divas who share her appearance, BAU has opted not to make facial changes. Instead, she's accepted her age. She's 90 years old, and despite her apparent age, she still looks stunning and healthy. One of her 5 books is Pourquoi from 2006. Dennis Rodman, age 63. People who have seen Dennis Rodman's career progress from overnight janitor to NBA superstar are likely to have strong opinions about his constantly shifting persona. He rocked this everyday normal guy style in 1986 when the Detroit Pistons drafted him, likely more focused on playing well on the court. His facial piercings soon followed. When he joined the Los Angeles Lakers in the late 1990s, he bleached his hair and got body tattoos. Eventually, he dabbled in wrestling, winning the inaugural Celebrity Championship Wrestling title in 2008. He was the subject of a full-length documentary titled Rodman in 2020. Lindsay Lohan, age 38. Though not necessarily physical, her transformation is likely one of the most well-publicized. In 1986, Lindsay Lohan was born in New York. She began her journey to fame at a young age, and by the time she was 12, she was performing on The Parent Trap. Lohan's life has been filled with ups and downs ever since. Before her arrest for drug possession and DUI, she was a member of Mean Girls and Freaky Friday. These days, Lohan is returning while displaying a much healthier image. She's declared her involvement in Cursed and has over 8.7 million Instagram followers. Jackie Stallone died at 98. Jackie Stallone was unquestionably a multifaceted legend. She tragically died in September 2020 when she was 98 years old. She always made an impression, even on her last appearances. The Daily Mail claims that she was aware of the impact plastic surgery had on her appearance and even ridiculed it. Before writing astrology books over the next 10 years, Stallone made a well-known appearance on Glow, Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling, in the 1980s. She helped with the 2021 documentary Stallone, Frank that is, released before her death. Haley Joel Osment, age 36. Haley Joel Osment has always been remembered as the 11-year-old who received an Oscar nomination. Regardless of how many years pass, we're talking about his 1999 role in The Sixth Sense. However, The Guardian claims that he grew a beard to blend in, even though he's still an actor. Although he's been doing this since 2002, he's had several successful projects since his breakthrough role, such as voicing Sora in Kingdom Hearts. Osment began appearing on The Future Man and The Teachers series in 2017. Christian Alfonso, age 61. Former figure skater Christian Alfonso is most known for playing Hope Williams on Days of Our Lives. A tobogganing accident at the age of 13 put an end to her figure skating career. She started modeling, and by the time she was 15, she had appeared on the covers of over 30 magazines. Even though she's 61 and showing signs of aging, she still looks stunning. She appeared in the miniseries Chronicle Mysteries and the 2021 TV film All That Glitters. She had 2 children with Danny Dagenhurst and one from her previous marriage to Simon Macaulay. Leonardo DiCaprio, age 49. Leonardo DiCaprio has been in the news since he was a young boy. His acting career began in 1979 when he started an episode of Romper Room, according to IMDb. Leo is 49 years old today and has never stopped performing. From playing Rick Dalton in Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood to playing the pretty bad boy named Jack in Titanic, he's rocked various looks over the years. In any event, his millions of fans have always been impressed by his performances. Amanda Lepore, age 56. American model and performance artist Amanda Lepore has made numerous commercial appearances for various businesses. She was part of the Club Kid nightlife scene, which rose to fame in the late 1980s and early 1990s. Lepore also loved modeling, and her beauty made her the subject of several photographers. This gorgeous supermodel has undergone a significant metamorphosis in the few decades since she first appeared on our screens. She's frequently spotted wearing a lot of glam, which makes her look different. But given her passion for drag queens, we can presume that's what she always aims for. Joseline Wildenstein, age 84. Joseline Wildenstein is among the numerous well-known socialites who have extensive facial surgery. It's difficult to say that she's the same person when looking at her before pictures from the 1970s. Although the precise number of procedures she's had is unknown, she insisted on denying ever having undergone surgery when questioned directly. Alec Wildenstein, a multi-billionaire art dealer and businessman, was her husband. Joseline's 1999 divorce resulted in a sizable settlement. Despite this, her high living expenses in 2018 caused her to go bankrupt. She and makeup artist Alexis Stone made headlines in 2022 for a switcheroo prank. Nicki Minaj, age 41. Nicki Minaj has been in the news for the last 10 years because of her successful songs, extravagant style, and outrageous persona. Most of the time, we wonder what she looked like before all the wealth and fame. Her first album, Pink Friday, was released in 2010. It turns out that Minaj had a rather ordinary appearance before her fame. She's 41 years old and recently became a mother after giving birth to her only son, Kenneth Petty. She recently revealed that HBO Max will air a documentary about her life. Scott Thompson, age 65. If you've never heard of Scott Thompson, it's likely because he's a stand-up comedian known as Carrot Top. He had a lot of success in the 1990s, but how could he not with his outrageous persona and unquestionable sense of humor? Even though he may not perform as frequently as once, he still has 2021 shows planned in Vegas. His orange hair color hasn't changed despite his advanced age of 65. His jokes are still funny, even though he's much older than he was when he played chairman of the board.